The woman was hiding in the secret room when she saw something that shattered her world. Her boyfriend was cheating on her with her best friend. Furious, she was about to storm out and confront them, only to discover the key she brought in no longer opened the door. That's when it hit her. She'd been set up. She was forced to watch the entire live show unfold. Soon after, her friend Miju walked up to the mirror, smirking with deliberate provocation. It was a special one-way mirror. Miju knew Suyeon was inside, watching every second, because this was all Miju's plan. 3 days earlier, Suyeon had asked for Miju's advice. She wanted to test whether her boyfriend Jin truly cared. Miju gave her the idea: fake a breakup, then hide in the secret room and observe his reaction. Suyeon never sensed the danger. She recorded a breakup video, left a handwritten note, and locked herself inside, excited to watch Jin fall apart in regret. Miju stood in front of the one-way mirror, smiled, and waved goodbye. But as she turned to leave, there was something chilling and twisted in her smile. At first, Suyeon had no idea how serious this was. She realized there was no signal, but she just got bored, even started pretending she was in a movie about captivity. Then Jin came home. He watched the breakup video, read the note, and sure enough, he looked genuinely sad. Suyeon watched from the shadows, thrilled with satisfaction. She decided to end the test, only to find that the key no longer worked. Unbeknownst to her, Miju had switched it out. Panic set in. Suyeon banged on the mirror, trying desperately to get Jin's attention. But the glass was not only one way, it was soundproof. No matter how hard she pounded or screamed, Jin didn't hear a thing. The next day, Miju returned with Jin, and this time, she dropped the act. She stood right in front of the mirror and hooked up with Jin on purpose. It was her revenge, because Miju had always loved Suyeon. That secret room, they built it together. Only the two of them knew it existed. Miju once dreamed of living with Suyeon forever, but one day, out of the blue, Suyeon called her and said she'd fallen in love, and that Miju should move out. Miju felt betrayed. Now she wanted Suyeon to feel the sting of betrayal too. In the days that followed, Miju and Jin were inseparable, and Suyeon, trapped inside, was forced to witness their growing intimacy again and again. Her rage slowly gave way to numbness. Now all she wanted was to survive. Thankfully, there was some emergency food in the room, just enough to keep her going. One day, while Jin was washing his hands, the faucet began to act strange. The water shut off, then sputtered back on. Again and again. He paused. "Is someone there?" he called. The water responded. He asked again, "Suyeon, is that you?" Again, the faucet answered. Jin froze. Was Suyeon behind the mirror? He picked up a flower pot, ready to smash the glass, then hesitated. If she was in there, then she had seen everything. Jin's entire career depended on Suyeon's mother. If Suyeon knew the truth, he'd lose everything. So he lowered the pot, pretended nothing happened, and walked away, as if she wasn't there. And in that moment, Suyeon finally saw who Jin really was. A day later, both Jin and Miju received a text message from Suyeon's phone. They panicked. Was this a test? Was she trying to expose them? Frantic, they opened the secret room, begging for forgiveness. What they didn't know was that Suyeon's mother had grown suspicious while investigating her daughter's disappearance. She had replaced Suyeon's SIM card and sent the message to see how they'd react. If they were innocent, they'd simply mention receiving the text. But instead, guilt drove them to open the door themselves. Inside, Suyeon was weak and barely conscious, sitting on the floor. Miju rushed in to help her up, only to be grabbed violently by the hair. Terrified, Miju reached for Jin, begging him to leave with her. But Jin had already made his choice. He shoved Miju aside and took Suyeon by the hand, leading her out of the room. Now the prisoner was Miju.